So, okay, what was your big takeaway last night? Let's just talk last night's game, forget series. What was your big takeaway last night?
I mean, be honest with you, Golden State just took care of their business. I don't think it was Boston saying, okay, we won one and we're happy with that. I hear a lot of that narrative. I think what happened is that your attention to detail, your focus, in particular when they got down, wasn't the same. The sense of urgency wasn't the same as game one, meaning Boston. Now, Golden State, again, at home, they knew that they had to win game two. So what did they do? Force some turnovers. Boston didn't take care of the basketball. They were able to dominate inside the paint. Again, we get enamored with Golden State and shooting three-point shots. But that's been Golden State's game, so they were able to respond. So from my perspective, Colin, it was this. Golden State game plan, they switched up, they guarded, defended a lot better, forced turnovers, and was able to dominate the paint. But, now they have to kind of duplicate that effort if they want to regain home court advantage in the tough Boston environment once they go on the road.
It's funny about Jayson Tatum. Very rarely, you almost have to have an odd confidence to be a professional athlete. You really have to believe in yourself because it's competitive, it's hard. You deal with bad coaches. You get doubted by recruiting services. You really have to have a unique, almost odd personality to end up to play like you did 15 years. You've got to absolutely believe it. Tatum's the rare player that has like A-level skill, but I sense self-doubt with him a lot. He's not playing very well. I had the number. He's shooting for the series 30%.
Yeah.
Are you concerned at all that he's shrinking a little here in his first finals?
I'm not concerned from that perspective because for a young player who's kind of been through, he's mature enough to understand because he's been through, I think it was 4 Eastern Conference Finals. He's worked on his game. He has the confidence. But I'm going to tell you what, Colin, you'll be surprised, and you've been around this business a long time, I don't care what professional sport it is, of the guys that in moments when they're not as successful consistently, let's say 2 games in a row, you tend to overthink something. You tend to be a little bit less aggressive, unsure. And that's across the board. Rarely do you have individuals at the top of their game that have a conscience that they just don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, Kobe, MJ were rare breeds, Larry Bird, where, okay, I missed 3 or 4 shots, 5 shots. I don't care if I have 2 or 3 games. Listen, in the Seattle series it was Chicago against Seattle, Michael didn't shoot the ball extremely well.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop him from being aggressive. See, my thing is that too many times a player like Jayson Tatum looks at it like, I got to score the basketball to be as effective. Well, no, you don't, because you attract so much gravity because the defense has to lean towards you. You can then make plays. And if you continue to make plays, eventually you're going to find some openings within the defense where you get a layup, where you get fouled, where you get to the free throw line. That's the next phase. And I think a lot of times guys as talented as Jayson Tatum, even though he's expanded and worked on his game, allow the numbers, meaning field goals and how many points, to dictate whether or not he's going to have a good game. And I think he's far too talented for that.
Did you ever have anybody, Draymond Green had 2 field goals and was so disruptive. I've said he's Rodman, but better offensive skill. He's more of a catalyst. He leads everybody in assists. And I said the easiest way to figure him out, if you ever go play basketball at the Y, there's that one guy you pray doesn't guard you.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you make of Draymond?
Long.
Yeah. What do you make of him?
But see, listen, I'm kind of biased because I got a chance to cover Draymond when he was this chunky kid coming into Michigan State as a freshman and kind of grew into a leadership role, a ball handler, a facilitator, a point forward under Tom Izzo by his junior year, then senior year. So I'm biased. And when he came out in the draft, I said, listen, Draymond can play on my team. I love to play with Draymond any day of the week. You know why? Because you can just put him in a situation and he'll do all the little things necessary. Now, sometimes the emotion can go overboard and it can impact in a negative way Golden State. But let me tell you one thing you don't have to do. You never have to get Draymond amped up to play in the game. And let me tell you how intelligent Draymond is. He got that early tech, right?
Yeah.
Most players would have shied away. But he understands the gravity of the moment that the official's going to let some things go. And he didn't back off that intensity. which I think fueled the confidence of his team. Not that they needed it, but sometimes you need a little spark. That's the genius of Draymond Green, the ability to walk the line a little bit
I love
and
it.
not go over. Again, he's the guy that irritates you, that gets on your nerves. But when he's on your team, you understand why and how important he is to actually winning basketball.
Yeah.
And the Rodman reference is great because his impact is palatable, and a lot of guys can't do that.
Yeah. So I still like Golden State, although I do worry about Klay Thompson's ineffectiveness. Where do you stand?
Yeah.
A minute left. Where do you stand today?
Well, I do too. I think Klay will have a better game in game 3. Why? Because he's going to be on the road. The pressure to perform at home is not the same as it is on the road. I think he can be free. To me, Colin, going through the injuries, the mental part of it, I don't think Klay will be Klay into another year. Go through the summer, go through the repetitions, go through the workouts, get your explosiveness back. Klay is struggling with his confidence in regards to shooting the basketball, in particular at home. I think that may ease up a little bit on the road because he's so critical to the way the offense works. But Boston is doing a great job of running Klay off the ball and off the three-point line, forcing him to kind of use the bounce.
Yeah. By the way, some of those tennis shoes behind you, some of them look like stuff I have at home. Is it time to upgrade your tennis shoe game? What's going on back there?
Oh, no, bro, you didn't see this side over here. See, that's just one side over there. That's the side I don't really mess with too much. That's just taking up space and some workout shoes up at the top.
All right.
This side over here, next time I have to flip the camera, then you might be a little jealous. If you wore 14s, you'd be good. But I know you were 11, 12, what is it?
12.
Look, you're a little guy. You're a little guy.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Jim Jackson, Fox Sports. All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.